What if Naruto had Goku's powers? Simple what if concept. Basically, Naruto has all of Goku's powers. So, flight, ki blast, instant transmission. Further on, Super Saiyan, the Spirit Bomb, Kamehameha, ki blast. Will get the Naruto equivalent of sensing people's chakras. You guys get the point. Any ability that Goku has, Naruto either does have or can have in the future. So, with that being said, let's get right into the video. From the moment that Naruto was born, he would be looked at as someone as a god or someone to look up to. Now, it should also be mentioned that in this token that people love and cherish Naruto, the baby who was born with a vibrant blonde color of hair and obviously beautiful blue eyes. On that same token, others hate Naruto. They view him as a monster, an abomination, and exactly how people viewed him in the canon. You could say that it's kind of a half and half. Half of the people in the village hate Naruto, and half of the village people love Naruto and even praise him. Why? Well, in this timeline, it is known that Naruto is the son of Minato. With that being said, Naruto would be taught things like chakra control and walking on walls, you get the point, from a very young age. In fact, he would start training at the age of 4 years old. From there, he would learn stuff, like I mentioned just now, chakra control and wall walking, water walking, you get the point. With that being said, 2 years would pass and his mentor at the time, Ibisu, who is going to be a character that I create in this timeline, even though Ebisu does exist in Ebisu, not in Ibisu, but in Ebisu does exist in the actual Naruto timeline, and coincidentally enough, he does have the role of mentoring people. With that being said, Ibisu would mentor Naruto for 2 whole years until Naruto preceded his own power. You see, it seemed as if that Naruto had a knack for potential. He was strong, he was fast, he was powerful, and most of all, he continued to advance in power. You see, it was as if when Naruto got knocked down, he would get back up, and then he would get stronger. Or let's say after a lot of training, he would come back and he would be strong as ever, and sometimes even stronger than Ibisu, which isn't really gonna work if he's trying to mentor Naruto. And thus, Naruto would be, let's just say, taken to another master. Somebody who served his father. And I'm sure many of you may be guessing, maybe not, Kakashi Hatake. So why did I choose Jiraiya? Obviously this is going to be a really short thing. I'm not going to stumble on why I didn't choose Jiraiya. But just for this what if, I thought that Kakashi is just going to work a little bit better. Obviously, later on, Naruto and Jiraiya will have their fair share of encounters. If they do, it also depends on how I decide to carry out this what if. But with that being said, Naruto and Jiraiya just not gonna, connect in this timeline. Not yet, at least. So for now, Kakashi and Naruto. Kakashi Hatake would be assigned to Naruto Uzumaki to mentor him from ages 4 to 9. Well, kind of. So basically, he wasn't really Naruto's mentor in his early stages of training. So that would be ages 4 and 5. Also a little bit of 6. But Kakashi would really take a hold of Naruto's training from ages 6 to 9. So he's in Naruto's life, I guess you could say, at this point for a whole 3 years. What does Naruto learn in these 3 years? Well, for starters, he learns of his, I guess you could say, special abilities. Because nobody else in Naruto, I guess you could say the Naruto timeline, Naruto universe, has these powers. Nobody else can shoot Ki Blast. Nobody else can use the Kamehameha. Nobody else can... You guys get the point. So Naruto figures out about his special abilities. And most of the time, he's analyzed by Kakashi, who tells him ways to improve these special techniques. You see, during a training spar, Naruto would attack Kakashi, and well, let's just say he was put to the ground very fast. But Naruto kept getting up and up, and as he continued to fight Kakashi, eventually, suddenly, his hidden powers would awaken, you could say. And thus, it would be here that Kakashi discovered that Naruto had special jutsu, you could say. That's how Kakashi classified them. Kakashi actually classified it as a Kekkei Genkai, but there wasn't much fact to this in his own mind and other people's minds when he told people this, like, say, the third Hokage, due to the fact that, well, Minato showed no signs of using techniques like Naruto. Anyhow, basically from about the age of 8 to 9, so a whole year here, Naruto is not in the academy at this point. He's never put into the academy, and thus he's only being trained. You could say he's being trained as kind of a super Jonin for the Leaf Village. But that's besides the point. He's just growing up as the fourth Hokage's son, you could say. Anyways, with that being said, Naruto would, well, to be simple here, Naruto would focus on varying power. What I mean by that is Kakashi wouldn't fight Naruto and, increase his power that way. Instead, he would let Naruto, say, go to a forest. In this forest, Naruto would have to destroy a number of trees. For instance, 21 trees. Naruto destroys 21 trees, and that is the first step of the training that day. Next, Naruto would work on the amount of power he pushes into destroying a tree. For instance, Ki Blast control. Or, if we were to put it in Naruto terms, this would be chakra control, but it's more like ki control. Like, it's kind of hard to explain since I'm merging both series and comparing it to Naruto, when obviously there's not too many things I can use. Surprisingly, there is a lot of things that I can compare to in the Naruto series, though. So, anyways, with that being said, Naruto manages to, I guess you could say, master this ki control, chakra control. When I refer to ki control, I'm going to refer to it as chakra control right now, as far as this video continues, as just for simplicity's sake. With that being said, Naruto would master chakra control, being able to input various amounts of power into his ki blast. For instance, if he wanted to destroy a tree, he could, and if he wanted to destroy a small rock, he could as well. Varying amounts of power. And Kakashi basically did this from taking a small object, like a rock, for instance, a small pebble, or even a medium-sized rock, something that Naruto could hold in his palm, versus something that Naruto couldn't hold in his palm. For instance, a wooden bookcase, or a tree, or a tree stump, or a piece of oak. You get the point. Or a huge rock that Naruto couldn't hold in his palms. Thus, Naruto would have to learn how to vary chakra control, from being able to shoot a ki blast that would destroy a pebble or a rock in his hand, a stone, or to destroy a practical boulder. With that being said, Naruto would do so, as Naruto at this point would start to precede Kakashi's training. And this did help Kakashi get stronger. So the Kakashi that we see in this timeline is going to be about 1.21 stronger than the Kakashi that we see in the normal timeline. As he's not trying to kill Naruto, so he's not getting that much stronger, but he's still a good bit stronger than the Kakashi that we see in the original timeline. With that being said, Naruto would now start working on chakra. So regular chakra-based abilities. But when it started to take Naruto a little too long to master his natural affinity of wind style, Kakashi had an idea. Since Naruto has this Kekkei Genkai, how about they focus all of their efforts into, say, not the Kekkei Genkai, and rather all of their efforts go into the, well, you guessed it, ki control. So, with that being said, maybe that didn't sound too right coming out. I don't know. I kind of just blanked out. I don't even know how that happened. I'm so sorry if my words didn't come out right, but it kind of just happens. You know how it is. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, by the way. I did not mention that. Anyways, with that being said, basically, Kakashi would divert all of Naruto's attention to his Kekkei Genkai. It was a risky move, you could say, to say the least, but it would in theory, pay off. If Naruto, since this isn't more of an if question, it's more of a since question. Anyways, since Naruto couldn't master wind chakra fast enough, what if he could divert all of his attention to his Kekkei Genkai and could create abilities that could suffice or could be used instead of wind chakra and things of the sort? So, basically, Naruto would focus all of his attention, like I said, to his Kekkei Genkai, which isn't necessarily his Kekkei Genkai, but that's just what Kakashi calls it, so it is his Kekkei Genkai in this timeline. But with that being said, he would focus all of his effort to that, and basically nothing to actual chakra. Kakashi learned, while analyzing Naruto, that his form of chakra, in his own words, is stronger than natural chakra, emitted by Chunin, Jonin, Genin, you get the point. And thus, Naruto is stronger just inherently than your average Genin or Chunin or Jonin. That doesn't mean he's stronger than any Genin, Chunin, or Jonin. At this point, Kakashi can still beat him in a fight. But it does mean that, let's say we took a 9-year-old Naruto and a 9-year-old Kakashi, 10 times out of 10, Naruto is winning that fight. With that being said, Naruto would come in age to be able to go on missions. This age would be the age of 10. Naruto goes on his first mission. It is a B-ranked mission. With that, Naruto enters a land that he's not familiar with. This village, land, whatever you want to call it, is the village/land that we know as the Land of Tea. This was a simple mission. Naruto would venture to the Land of Tea to try to create a trade system between the Land of Tea and his own village, which we know as the Leaf Village. But upon arriving, the Land of Tea saw it as a declaration of pity, or humiliation, or even disrespect. To establish a trade, they sent a boy who looks no older than the age of 11, to their village to establish trade. That's to them, at least, that felt like the Leaf Village just spitting in their face, and then rubbing the spit in. So, they would, I guess you could say, decide that they would be angered at the Leaf Village. And Naruto would face this anger. A man would appear. This man was about 6 foot and weighed nearly 250 pounds. With that, Naruto could tell that this man was not looking to, be friendly, and thus he prepared to fight. With that, Naruto accidentally went a little too hard, and as the man attacked him, he shot a ki blast right through him. A hole now where the man's stomach would be, the man fell to the ground. Grasping onto the last of his life, he called for ninja, reinforcements, anybody. He screamed out in agony as Naruto watched as the man drifted off to death. The man died. With that being said, it was natural, It wasn't as if Naruto did anything else to kill him, like driving another ki blast through him. But accidentally, Naruto took his first life. It was an accident that he wished he never made. As immediately, due to natural protocol, the Land of Tea had the authority to take Naruto into custody. And so, Naruto, whilst on the ground, mourning the life that he had just accidentally taken, would be handcuffed, put into shackles, and then taken to a prison. A holding cell, you could say. Whilst there in this holding cell, he looked down to the ground in pain. These shackles, they were laced with a sort of bleach-like poison, which would basically make Naruto's skin be irritated. All of it. It also released a deadly poison into the bloodstream that could be fought off by, your natural immune system, but did weaken you severely. With that being said, Naruto sat there in this holding cell, cage, prison, whatever you want to call it, as he contemplated his life up until this point. For the most part, he lived a pretty good life, and he also trained a lot. He hadn't gotten to do most of the things he wanted to do when he reached, say, the age of 14, or even on the other spectrum of that, 44. So, with that being said, he just sat there as a man spoke. "Hey, who's there?" "Huh?" Naruto had to listen further. The voice was quiet, but he could tell that the man was strong. "Who's there?" Naruto yelled out. "My name. It's Karu." "Karu?" "Yeah, Karu." Huh, Naruto thought, standing up on his feet, as he was able to hear Karu much better at this angle, you could say, as Karu would continue to speak to Naruto. "Who are you, and how did you end up here?" "My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and I'm from the Hidden Leaf Village." "The Hidden Leaf Village? What are you doing all the way out here?" "Well, my village, they wanted me to establish trade between the Land of Tea and the, well, Hidden Leaf Village." "I see. Let me tell you, this village does have some of the best tea ever. I've never had better, if I'm being honest. Now answer the question. Why are you here?" "Well, it's complicated." "How complicated? Just answer the question." "I killed a man. It was an accident, but I still did it. You see, I have a special Kekigenkai, you could say. And I drove my ki blast, as I've decided to call it, into a man." "This ki blast you speak of, it killed him?" "Well, originally it drove a massive hole through him. I think the hole was bigger than his stomach. And then with his last ounces of life, as I guess he was bound to die at that point already, he called for anyone that would listen. And there I sat at his side as he died in my arms. It was a complete accident. I didn't mean to do it at all. It just happened. It wasn't on purpose. I just wanted to fight. And when I did, I guess I used a little too much power. And it went right through him." "I see. Well, a kid. Don't sweat it. Things like this happen all the time in this ninja world." "You're a ninja?" I guess with all these walls separating us, you couldn't tell." "Huh. Wow. Keep it down there!" "Huh?" Naruto looked, and a guard was at his cell, right in front of him. Standing between him and the wall was a guard. A prison guard. "You're talking to a classified, special, locked-up prisoner." A what now?" "It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, you shouldn't be speaking at all. Keep talking, and I will move your cell. Actually, maybe I'll move you out to a more public area, so that people can throw tomatoes at you all day. The man you killed was a part of a family. They sold crops and also were one of the manufacturers of a special tea brewed here in the Land of Tea. They brought us a high amount of economy. You didn't just kill some ordinary big guy. You killed a special big guy. So how about you shut up in here? Yes, sir, Naruto would say, looking to the ground. Good. And as for you talking to the special classified inmate, how about you keep it down? Because you don't know a damn reason why he's here in the first place. And if you even knew an ounce of why he's here, you'd go running. Running to your mom or dad. Better yet, you'd need your dog for comfort. If you even have one. I see. I won't be talking to that man anymore then. A tear would shed from Kaoru's eye as Naruto said that. The guard would then close the door and would go grab a snack. With that, Naruto would lower his voice. Kaoru, are you there? Yes, I'm here, Naruto. I thought you said you wouldn't be talking to me anymore. Change of plans. I don't give a damn about what that guy said. But I do have one question, and I deserve to know. Well, what is it, Naruto? The same question you asked me when I got here. Why are you here, and who are you? Actually, my question was, who are you, and why are you here? It's just the same thing mixed around in a different... it doesn't matter. Just answer the damn question, Kaoru. My village. They have almost no money. They're plagued by poverty, year-round. Never mind the fact that most of the time their lands are dry, filled with drought and things of the sort. People die there, a lot, of natural causes or other causes like starvation and lack of water. You see, dehydration, starvation, and famine have plagued my land/village since the beginning of its time. So, where I come from? They call it Canaveral. Canaveral? Huh? Yeah, it's a cool place, actually, if you're asking me. It's located just between the Sand Village and the Mist Ninja. I see. So it's a village in between the mist and the sand? Yes. But not necessarily. I said Mist Ninja, not Mist Village. It should be noted that there is a group of nearly 100 Mist Ninja that have settled in between the mist, an area in between the mist and the Mist Ninja. And then an area that is in between the Mist Ninja and the Sand Village is where my land is. My family, my village, my home. I see. Well, what is it called? Naruto, are you dumb? I just said, my village is called Canaveral. I see. Do you know why it's called that? No clue. But the village elders say it's... Damn it. They don't tell you this when they first shackle you. Tell you what, I know about the poison. No, not the poison. It's much worse. If you've been taking in this poison for longer than 11 days, then you get a timer on your life. A timer? What do you mean, Kaoru? Explain. It feels like all I've been doing since you've got here is explaining. It's a simple concept, really. Your body takes in too much of the poison, and your body gets a timer. Well, how long is the timer? I don't know, like 50, 60 years? Is that something? Like, how long it could be? No, Much shorter than that. If that was the timer, I wouldn't even mention it. 60, 50, 40, 30 years from my age? That's your average life expectancy. And that's without being a ninja. Or with. I've been here for 13 years, Naruto. And my timer? Well, I have 6 days to live. 6 days to live? That's nowhere near enough. Don't you want to see waterfalls and mountains and I don't know, a carnival? Speaking of carnivals, my village, you asked earlier if I know why it's named that. Canaveral. It's called Canaveral because they say 100 years ago, some people say 200 or 300, but most are agreed on 100, that 100 years ago, the village of Canaveral was Canaveral. The village hidden in a carnival. The elders of the village say that everywhere you turned, you could see parades and theater, anything. It was a huge festival every day, or every other day, or every week, depending on the person you ask. But there was always some sort of celebration. You see, doing all those celebrations, the theory is we used up all our resources. And when we turned to other villages for help, they denied us. One such village was the Land of Tea. We had no men to go farther than the Land of Tea. And thus, the Tea being a village comparable to the size of our own, it was the only one we could turn to. Other villages would have given us a choice, like, say, absorbing our own village. And if they absorbed our own village, we would no longer become, or rather be, the village of Canaveral. We would be, say, the Mist, or the Leaf, or the Sand Village, another allied nation that is under the boot of one of these great nations. And so I was sent to attack the Land of Tea. I was just supposed to take out one royal member of some sort of, I don't know, democracy they have here. You see, he was a corrupt man, a very, very corrupt man. I went to assassinate him, but I couldn't. And I've been labeled here as a classified prisoner, inmate, whatever you want to call me. Some call me a special classified inmate, and others have all sorts of unique and long names for me. But the fact of the matter is, I have this thing inside of me. Huh? What do you mean? It's a beast. Huh? A beast? Whoa, what kind of beast? Hey, Naruto, tell me, have you ever heard of the seven-tailed fox? The seven-tailed fox? No. I've heard of the nine-tailed fox, but not the seven-tailed fox. That's right. It's not a fox. It's more of a fly. Why'd you say fox then, Karu? Did I mention again how I have 7, or now 6, days to live? I'm sorry, but this poison is running through my veins completely. It's a miracle that I can even piece together words, let alone remember things. You see, I'm sorry for asking, Karu. And I'm sorry for yelling. Naruto, it's perfectly fine. But we do have a problem. When I die, the beast within me will die with me. It will be reborn close to this area. Chances are very close to the land of tea. Or even a great nation. Whatever nation is closest will probably have the Jinchuriki. Jinchuriki? I know all about Jinchurikis. Is that so? I am one. I'm the Ninetales. Huh? What the hell are the chances? You hear that, Chome? Chome is the name of the Seven Tails if any of you are unaware. Anyways, at this point, Karu is communicating with the Seven Tails within him. Chome. Yeah, I hear that. It's a shame. When you die, I'm gonna die with you. Ah, that sucks. Well, you don't have to rub it into me. I get that. I get that I'm gonna die in 6 days, but you don't have to keep howling me about it. Yeah, well, at least you're talking to me. Most of the time, you just grovel in your own humility. Or rather, your own, I don't know, filth. When's the last time you took a shower, Karu? I'm sorry, Chome. I'm not really worried about taking a shower at the moment. Do you not realize my situation? Maybe, if I can muster out the strength to take off these shackles, then I can be free. And maybe my timer won't be 6 days. Maybe it will be 6 years. Now stop talking to me about how dirty I am. I know I haven't taken a shower in what feels like a year. Maybe 10 or 13. But I am trying to work with Naruto so that I can break out of these shackles. Okay. With that, Chome would force Karu out of their subconscious realm, if you want to call it that, as Karu would now appear in the presence. Hey, Naruto. Speaking of which, I have a favor I have to ask of you. What's the favor? Well, do you see that piece of wood in there? What piece of wood? Naruto, you've been in the dark just like me for probably about, I don't know, 19, 20 minutes now. So your eyes should start adjusting to the darkness. That's all you've been seeing. Feel around. Can you feel a wooden spiked object? Naruto would feel around the area. Yeah, I feel it. Why? Pass it into my cell. How am I gonna do that? You see that small crevice that's underneath our cells? Slide it through there. I can grab the end that pokes out through my end. Okay. Naruto would do so as Karu now held on to a wooden piece that resembled a key. Karu would then put the key into his shackles. The wooden key. You're telling me that you had this key and you didn't break out already? Well, my master, you could say, sent me on a mission alone. Huh? Yeah. And the specifics of the mission were just to kill that royal guy. Nothing else. It didn't matter if I was imprisoned or anything of the sort. And also, he said I had to... let's just say do it alone. I got your help. Which means that technically I'm still doing it alone. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. If you got me help, then... Ugh. You don't know how good it feels for my hands to be free of that poison and those shackles. Anyhow. Listen. What I mean is, I asked you for help, and then you gave it to me. It's not as if I forced your help. Let's just say my loyalty to my master is quite strong. He gives an order, I'll obey it, even if it means my death. Now listen. There's only so much I can do, Naruto. So what we're gonna do is break out of here. And you're gonna return to your village. To my village? What? How are we gonna break out of here? I have 6 days left to live. I can destroy the Land of Tea using the Seven Tails and my power combined. Once I've done that, I'll erase the Land of Tea off the map. Oh, and might I add, I'll ensure that I get close enough to my village, the land hidden in the waterfall. It's a sacred place. In Canaveral, the village that I'm from, well, it's really another village that's just as beautiful as Canaveral, the village hidden in the carnival, was all those years ago. It's basically known as the land hidden by a waterfall. It's special, you know? And, oh, might I add, it's guarded by a whole nation. You see, the village of Canaveral, it's just a cover-up of the village in the waterfall. You see how that's so cool? But unfortunately, I was born on the wrong side of the village. Meaning that my part of the village, my hometown, it's plagued by famine, droughts, people die of starvation and dehydration like I was telling you before. Now, do you want to break out of here or not? Kaoru would then slam his fist into Naruto's, I guess you could say, wall, as it would completely collapse. With that, he would put the same key that he used to free himself into Naruto's shackles, as he would smirk. It's been all these years. Over a decade, and they still haven't changed the same key. Huh. Naruto would then be free of the shackles, as he immediately felt relief. The poison was really getting to him. With that being said, Naruto would walk out of the prison with Kaoru, who would tell Naruto to run away, to run as far as he can away, and watch from somewhere high up. And once Kaoru's done, then he can come back. Naruto would nod his head as he would leave. With that, Naruto would now stand atop a very large tree. This tree went nearly 100 meters into the air, if not even more. With that being said, he watched as Kaoru destroyed, even demolished, the Land of Tea, killing nearly everyone within it, especially the royals. It was no longer Kaoru, my apologies. What was before Naruto was the true manifestation of the Seven Tails Chome. With that, the Seven Tails would go back into its normal body, Kaoru's body as a Jinchuriki. As Naruto would jump down to Kaoru. Kaoru would then tell Naruto that he shouldn't have seen what he saw. But since he's a tailed beast as well, / Jinchuriki, that he knows just about how much rage we carry inside. With that, Kaoru would take Naruto very close to his homeland, as he would fall on his knees. I think I'm gonna die soon. Doing all that, it forced my body probably to the point where I only have, instead of 6 days, more like 6 minutes. Oh, and Naruto, the next Jinchuriki of the Seven Tails, it's probably going to be a girl. Her name is Fu. She's a wonderful girl, okay? So make sure that she doesn't lose control. She's still young. So hopefully they get a good, nice and strong seal for her. And she can keep Chome here in check. But as for me, Chome ran me to death and beyond. It's such a miracle that I'm even here. And it's a miracle that I'll die smiling. Goodbye, Naruto. Oh, and if it means anything, I died with a smile on my face because of you. Nothing more. With that, Kaoru would die, and Naruto was left to weep nearby the village hidden in the waterfall. With that, Chome would die, and news would spread of the Seven Tails dying. Chome would then be reborn about 2 years later, as, well, Chome would end up in the possession of the village hidden in the waterfall. Chome would then be placed into Fu, as Fu would become the new Seven Tails Jinchuriki, the Seven Tails Jinchuriki that we know in the present story. Naruto would ensure that she became the next Jinchuriki, as that was Kaoru's wish. With that being said, Naruto had returned to his village that day. As he came back, he was covered in blood, tears in his jumpsuit, cuts, scratches, everything. He was dirty, you could even say. He walked back into the Hokage's office and slammed a paper on his desk. Lord Third, the mission you sent me on was a bloodbath. A man, I don't even know who. He killed everyone there. It was horrific. B-rank mission might... whatever. I'm leaving. But if you need to know more, just let me know. It's just what I saw. I arrived and everyone was dead. And then there was some dude standing in the middle of all of them. Don't ever send me on a mission like that. I understand, Naruto. So, trade cannot be initiated? Yeah, trades can't be initiated, Hiruzen. Naruto would then walk out of the room, still enraged. That he would ask if trade could be initiated. Though his story wasn't necessarily the most true, because a man wasn't some random dude. Naruto knew him quite well, and Naruto actually liked him a lot. He was one of the only people so far in Naruto's life that has really paid attention to him. Not like people hate him or anything, it's just that like Naruto really found... It was as if Kaoru was just a normal person, and Kaoru treated him like a normal person. In the village, he was either treated like absolute dog, or he was treated like a king. So it felt really good to be treated normally by someone who's not Kakashi or Lord Third. With that being said, Naruto would return back to the Land of Tea, as it would be here that he would make a vow to become the Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, and to prevent any massacres like this to happen ever again. Basically, even though he does, I guess you could say love Kaoru, kinda, what Kaoru did was wrong. He killed innocent people, and Naruto couldn't just let that slide. It was sad to watch all those people die. Very sad. You could even say traumatizing for a 10-year-old boy. But obviously, Naruto's not your average 10-year-old. With that being said, we now have a time skip of 1 year. Naruto now continuously goes on missions, and he's gotten stronger and stronger. Naruto has also developed the Kamehameha. With that being said, 1 more year now passes. Naruto at this point is 12 years old, but early 12, so even if he was in the academy, he wouldn't have graduated yet, and everybody in the academy is still in the academy. With that being said, Naruto would go to the village hidden in the waterfall to visit Fu, as he would pass through the waterfall. With that, he would look around, and the village was amazing, you could say. Naruto had never seen anything like it before. The air was so fresh, and the homes, they were big and luxurious. Oh, and the water, it flowed so nicely. You could hear it crashing up against rocks or going down the waterfall. It was great, you could say. An old man would approach Naruto. "How you doing? I've never seen you around here, boy. This is Taigakure. The village hidden by a waterfall. I see. Well, it's amazing. Most people say that. But if you have been to Canaveral, I'm sure that's what you'd think. Actually, if you were born there, I'm sure that's all you'd know. The Hidden Waterfall Village it's damn amazing. Anyway, safe travels to you. Naruto would walk by the old man. With that, he would stop the old man, looking back. Hey, old guy. Sorry, I don't know your name. Do you know where I could find Fu? The Seven-Tails Jinchuriki? Oh, Fu! Of course I do. Let me think. Go to the monastery. There's a bath. She usually takes baths around this time. Okay, sure. Naruto would then run until he found what appeared to be a monastery. He jumped to the top of it, and there he saw a bath, and Fu in it. Naruto would then gather his breath. Fu! Can you hear me? Fu would then look around, as Naruto would jump down to the bath. I'm so sorry to intrude. My eyes are closed, by the way. Don't worry about any of that stuff. I'm not... this is so weird. I'm not trying to be a pervert or anything. But I just... I don't care. You can tell me why you're here, if that's what you're here for. To tell me something. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Karu, do you know who he is? Yeah, of course I know Karu. Karu was my sensei. What? Karu was your sensei? Huh. I never knew you two had a relationship like that. I thought you guys were friends, but... teacher and pupil? What about him? He died... a couple years back. Yeah. I actually have to tell you something. How did they say that he died? They say that he died of, I don't know, a heart attack? That his body just shut down. You're telling me that he died a different way? A Jinchuriki dying of a heart attack? Are you serious? Oh, Taigakure. Takigakure. This village. They covered it up? I guess so, if that's what you're saying. How did he die? My name, it's Naruto Uzumaki. I too am a Jinchuriki, just like you. I am the Nine-Tails, to be more exact. The strongest of them all, as far as I'm aware. So listen, if it's anyone who knows your current pain, if you're in any pain, it's me. Oh, and Karu, he died a valiant death. He was sent on a mission several years back, and yeah, I know. Did he tell you about the time that he escaped 5 years ago? That's when he became my sensei. But his master at the time sent him back to do the same mission. He was caught again, and they prepared for him. Put him in the same cell, I think. Probably. I don't know. Well, I got imprisoned with him. I accidentally killed a guy in that village. It was a complete accident. I didn't mean to. But it happened. And there's nothing I could do about it. So I ended up getting locked up. And he was the only person I could talk to there. I think he was the only person imprisoned with me, actually. So, yeah. I helped him escape, and he only had 6 days left to live. So he used the last ounces of his strength to transform into the manifestation of the Seven-Tailed Shomei. He killed every one of those bastards. Every single one of them. He's so strong. Cool, too, of course. But, you know. And just like that, he collapsed. I was there when he collapsed. I was able to hold him. And even then, he had enough strength to walk back close enough to the land of the waterfall so that when Chomei would rebirth itself, it would, I guess, spawn near the land and by the waterfall, and its ninja could take back captive of it. It's cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not really good with situations like this. He had a last wish, that I ensured that you never lost control. So if you wanna honor your master, don't lose control, Phil. Never. That voice that eats away at you inside, don't ever let it eat you. Don't let it swallow you whole. Okay? Yeah, I understand. Well, then I'll be off on my way. No. It's getting late. And there's tons of bandits that cross the roads after you get out of Canaveral. You're walking on foot, probably, I think. So it's best that you stay tonight, don't you think? Yeah, sure. I'll go, take a shower. Fu would nod as Naruto would leave, entering the monastery. Before entering it, he would turn back and ask her if this is where she lived, and she would say yes, and that she lived alone. Soon afterwards of taking a shower, Naruto... Sorry, something stuck in my throat, I don't know what that was. Soon afterwards of taking a shower, Naruto would go to sleep, waking up the next morning. Fu would make breakfast for her and Naruto, as Naruto would enjoy the breakfast. It was a simple meal. Eggs and a bowl of ramen. Just plain ramen. With that being said, Fu would continue to make some more stuff for herself, as she didn't think that Naruto had quite the appetite. But when she turned back to look at Naruto, the plate was completely gone. Fu would chuckle to herself. I guess I'll have to make a little bit more then. I don't usually have guests. As you can tell, I live in a monastery, basically. Oh, and I don't usually have visitors either. Most people in the village, though this was once a common monastery used by the common people, they don't use here anymore because they're scared that I'll, randomly transform into some big bad wolf and kill them all. It's understandable, I guess. I'd probably be in fear too if I wasn't the Jinchuriki. But even so, it hurts, They're my family, sometimes. And they're all I know. And they don't even want to be near me. Well, enough of that. All I'm really trying to say is that, I can't find the words, but, thank you. Thank you for staying here. You didn't have to. But it also tells me that you're definitely not from Canaveral. I thought that before, because when I said that you'd have to walk the roads, you knew that. Your attire, and that symbol across your head. If I'm right, then that means that Ford Protector is one from the Leaf Village, right? So you're a Leaf Shinobi. Yeah, I am. You ventured all this way just to tell me not to lose control? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I am indebted to you. Indebted to me for what? I just told you not to lose control. Yeah, well, I planned on leaving this village. I was gonna run away, but now I feel like I have something to fight for. Because if I leave, then I lose control. But if I stay, I keep calm, and I'll never lose control, right? Yeah, something like that, right? Well, I'm gonna get going after I eat this, okay? That's fine by me. I would stay longer, but my village will start sending out Ambu from late. Or if nobody knows where I am. I see. And those Ambu, I wouldn't want to trouble them. Nor my Kage. Well, if we meet again, Naruto, I'll be sure to make you another meal. Actually, 5 meals. Yeah. You do that, Phil. And I'll make you 5 too. Since your appetite is clearly ginormous. Thank you for the food again. Naruto would then disappear and reappear, now outside of Fu's home. With that, he would walk home, / run home, / ninja run home to the Leaf Village, arriving 3 days later. With that, Naruto would fall asleep in his own bed, as he felt pretty good. It would be then that he got a knock at his door. The knock was from Kakashi, who told Naruto that he might be training a ninja squad soon as their first sensei, and that he might be commanding a squad, and that since Naruto is exactly the right age to join a ninja squad at this point, he was offering Naruto to join said team, since they are down a member. Naruto would accept this proposal, as Naruto would join Team 7 3 months later. With that, the bell test would commence, as Naruto would be explained the rules by Kakashi. Naruto already immediately knew that this would be a teamwork assignment, and that, well, let's just say he knew exactly how to win. But he wanted to fight Kakashi. It had been a really long time since they had a spar, so he kind of disregarded the rules, you could say. With that being said, he would rush towards Kakashi, charging up 3 ki blasts in his hands as he would shoot them. He would then charge up another 3 in his right hand, as he would then send them flying towards Kakashi, who would block. His arms were now tattered. By that I mean his clothes. With that, he would rush towards Naruto, a kunai in hand, slicing right past Naruto and cutting into his clothing. Naruto would then turn around as he saw Kakashi behind him. Kakashi would jump up into the air, kicking Naruto down to the ground head first, meaning that his foot physically connected with Naruto's head. Naruto would be then sent down to the ground as Naruto looked up and above him. There stood Kakashi, as Kakashi prepared a jutsu. Naruto would jump up, headbutting Kakashi and sending him flying into a tree. It would be here that he would then prepare 5 more ki blasts, using both of his hands this time. Dual ki blast shooting, you could say. With that being said, he would then charge up a Kamehameha. Now, to base how strong the Kamehameha is, it really just depends on how long Naruto charges it for. Maximum charge times can go anywhere between 2/5 to 30/a minute just to charge up the jutsu or whatever you want to call it. So it really all depends. And for that matter, most of the time, Naruto does not fully charge the Kamehameha because, well, it's not like his opponents are giving him a whole minute or like 30 seconds to charge up a jutsu. With that being said, he would start charging up the Kamehameha, as Kakashi was fast enough to rush in and punch Naruto in the gut before the Kamehameha could blast off. With that, he would then jump into the air, pulling out 2 kunais from his side pouch. He would then try to stab Naruto, who would push Kakashi to the side. With that, Naruto would put his hands together as he would create a clone, a fake clone. These are the ones that are illusions, as the clone would then hit Kakashi. Kakashi felt nothing as Naruto would slide under Kakashi, posing as the clone, who Kakashi now didn't fear. Naruto then put a kunai in the clone's hand as the clone rushed towards Kakashi. With that, Naruto, disguised as the clone, would watch as the clone was easily beaten by Kakashi. The kunai would then drop from the clone's hands as it would poof in the smoke. Kakashi would gasp under his mask. Damn it. He would then look to his back as Naruto now grabbed the kunai that fell, slashing Kakashi. Kakashi would then be cut. It was a small wound, but it did hurt a little, and it stung like hell. With that being said, Kakashi would then dodge Naruto's next few punches as he tried to make this battle now a taijutsu battle. Kakashi was a far better combatant than Naruto with taijutsu, so it was to no avail. Naruto continued to try to hit Kakashi, who would continue to dodge over and over again. It seemed like this was going on for 24/7, 24 hours, 100 even. But Sasuke and Sakura were just watching in awe. They had never seen a genin put this much of a fight up against a jonin, and to them, they were nowhere near the same league as these people. With that being said, Naruto would then use an actual jutsu, this jutsu being called Wind-Style Gale Palm. This jutsu would send Kakashi flying only 2 inches, as Kakashi was strong enough to keep his footing. With that being said, this was just enough space between them for Naruto to launch a proper Kamehameha. Kamehameha! Obviously, you guys get the rest. With that being said, the Kamehameha would slam into Kakashi, who would be sent flying into a tree. His back would then collide with the tree as he would fall on his knees. Damn it. And let him charge up that jutsu. I wasn't fast enough to block it. Kakashi would cough up some blood. The attack rattled his organs and caused him to cough up some blood. With that being said, he looked at the blood, which was now on his hands, as he coughed into his hands, as he then put his hands into his fist. Standing up on his 2 feet, he looked straight into Naruto's eyes. Naruto, what do we talk about using your Kamehameha on your sensei? No. I don't care if this is the bell test. That thing hurts. Bad. Now, I'm going to use an attack I shouldn't be using on you. But you should be able to dodge this. Wait, are you going to use... Yeah, I'm going to use the lightning blade. Kakashi would then prepare a Chidori/lightning blade in his hands as he would rush towards Naruto. Naruto would then dodge the Chidori, punching Kakashi to the side. Kakashi would nearly fall down to the ground as he would stab his Chidori into Naruto, but it only merely grazed him, as Naruto was just fast enough to dodge Kakashi, my apologies, only by 0.6 seconds, meaning that Naruto still was stabbed, but it only sliced the edge of his skin, causing blood to pour out of Naruto's sidearm. Damn it. Naruto would then reach for a kunai with the same arm, but it hurt so bad that his hand started to have a spasm and cramps all throughout it. Naruto would then start to get goosebumps as he felt breathing down his neck. He would then slowly turn his neck, and it was Kakashi with a kunai to his throat. He held Naruto in this position, and he would tell Naruto that he's not actually going to try anything, but that Naruto has to cooperate with him. He wants to see what the 2 others would do if Naruto's life was in danger. Naruto, I'm going to kill you for this, Kakashi would say. I just said that, and that did not sound like Kakashi at all. I'm so sorry. Anyways, with that being said, Naruto... I don't even know. With that being said, Naruto would then watch as Kakashi placed him to the ground and continued to press his kunai into his throat. He would tell Naruto that he's going to push it in further, and blood would start to pour from the kunai spot. It would be then that Sasuke would immediately rush in, kicking Kakashi and sending him into a nearby tree. With that, Sakura then found a few rocks and threw them at Kakashi, who was now lying on a tree. Sasuke would ask if Naruto was alright, as he said he was perfectly fine. And thank you. With that being said, Naruto would stand to his feet as he would ask Kakashi if this was the teamwork he wanted. Kakashi would then tell Naruto precisely, as Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto would all pass the Team 7 bell test. With that being said, for the most part, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would take on D-rank missions for about 2 weeks. It would be then that Naruto got severely bored of these. There was only so many D-rank missions someone who's easily as strong as a Jonin, even a Kage, can take. So Naruto wanted a real mission, you could say, and he got one. Hiruzen would send Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi to the Land of Waves. With that being said, here in the Land of Waves, they would, let's just say, thrive. Upon seeing the Demon Brothers, Naruto beat both of them with only 2 Ki Blasts, killing them right there and then. With that being said, when they immediately arrived to the village, Naruto was fast enough to start building the bridge immediately. And he got about 5% done the village before Haku and Zabuza actually attacked them. With that being said, Haku and Zabuza versus Team 7. Kakashi would obviously, like in canon, take Zabuza, but Sakura at this point would be guarding Tazuna, the mist still heavy, clouding the area. Haku would use his ice mirrors on Sasuke as Naruto would rush into them. They were both now trapped within the ice mirrors. Naruto would try his best to break free. Ki Blast, Ki attacks, the Kamehameha even. But every single time that he tried to use a big attack, like say, the Kamehameha, Haku would just hit him with Senbon or attack him out of nowhere at speeds as fast as light. And that's true. Haku can move at the speed of light. Edo and Alive. With that being said, Naruto at this point now had 25 Senbon in him, and Sasuke 19. Naruto knew that there was only so long that Sasuke could hold out. A normal person might die by this point, and Sasuke is definitely pushing it. And so he would tell Sasuke that from now on he'll take every Senbon. That if anyone's to die, then it's going to be him. With that being said, Sasuke would agree with this, but in the inside, he wanted to be the one to take all the Senbon. So when Haku prepared 8 more Senbon, 4 in each of his hands, Naruto would jump in the way. But Sasuke would pull Naruto back from his shirt, slamming him into one of the ice mirrors, as all 8 Senbon would pierce Sasuke, who would fall to the ground. Naruto, are you there? Naruto. Yeah, Sasuke, I'm here. Are you alright? You collapsed. Why did you do that? You're such an idiot. I don't know. Something in me told me to save you. It told me to put my life behind and put yours in front. Sasuke would cough up some blood. Sasuke, this is bad. You don't look too well. Go figure. I can feel the blood in my throat. My breathing. It's so shaky. I'm in so much pain right now, Naruto. So I have one request. I have a brother. You have a brother? Yeah, you mentioned a certain someone that you wanted to kill. Are you saying you want me to kill your brother? I was trying to put it together the whole way we were coming here. Or rather, the whole time we were coming here. But I couldn't think. So is your brother the certain someone that you want to kill? Because I know the Uchiha massacre happened. And your brother, Itachi Uchiha, is the only living Uchiha. And he killed your family, so it would only make sense if you wanted to kill him. It's just a theory, though. You're pretty smart, Naruto. Because that's exactly what I was gonna ask of you. I know, it's my duty, but... even though it should only be my burden, I have to ask if you could kill him. Could you do that, Naruto? Of course I can, Sasuke. Good. Now I need you to end my life. Take a kunai, stab it right through my heart. Huh? What? No. No way. Why would I do that? Listen, Naruto. We both know that I'm probably gonna die soon. And the pain I'm in right now, it's worse than any pain I've ever felt in my life. So, could you please just kill me? No, Sasuke. I won't kill... Naruto would look to his right as a single sun bomb passed by him. Into Sasuke. It didn't pierce his heart, but Sasuke's eyes, they closed as the sunbomb entered his body. Naruto would then look over at Haku. Haku! Take off your mask and show me your face. Why would I do that, Naruto? I have no intention of you looking at me. This mask is good enough. What is wrong with you? Why? No. Haku, you killed him. You killed Sasuke Uchiha. My teammate. My friend. Tears would start pouring from Naruto's eyes as these tears would drop onto Sasuke's face. You killed him, Haku! And for that... lightning would appear all around Naruto. As this lightning would then disappear, and it would start to rain outside. Haku! Naruto would slam his fist into the ground. How dare you! How dare you kill him! It's not fair. Not at all. With that, he would slam his fist once more into the ground. As this would continue, him yelling things and slamming his fist into the ground, tears flowing from his eyes as he cried out in pain, in agony and suffering. Ah! No. I let this happen. I didn't do a damn thing to save him. And look what happened. He died because of me. Because I couldn't step up. He died because I couldn't... because I wasn't strong enough. With that, Naruto would grit his teeth. Slowly but surely, his hair would start to stand. His teeth would start to enlarge. His eyes would turn a vibrant red. And his aura would change. It was denser, stronger, more powerful. His eyes faded. He faded in and out of consciousness. But when he was conscious, his eyes were half blue and half red. By that I mean one of his eyes was red and another was blue. With that being said, Naruto, at this point in time, had achieved Super Saiyan 1. With that, he now stood up, and he looked straight into Haku's eyes within the ice mirror, as the ice mirror would completely start to shatter, just from Naruto's mere presence being contained within it. Haku, I swear, I'll kill you! Naruto would yell this out at Haku, as the ice mirrors would shatter. With that, he would burst right through the ice mirrors. The ice would cut his skin, but he didn't care. With that, he would grab onto Haku, pulling Haku from the air and slamming her down into the ground. I said her, but I meant to use he/him pronouns with Haku, so I'm just going to make this time on Haku have all pronouns so that it's okay if I use, he/him, she/her, that kind of thing. That's just that kind of thing. So Haku can be referred to as a guy or a girl in this timeline. Anyways, sorry about that. With that being said, Naruto would then rush down to the ground as he kicked Haku into the air. Haku would fall to the ground as he would look at Naruto. Naruto would then look back at her as his eyes were just powerful, you could say. Naruto would blink and Haku's mask would shatter apart. He was so powerful that he was able to send a shockwave through his blink that broke and shattered Haku's mask. Haku Yuki, you're dead. Dead, I tell you! With that, Naruto would rush towards Haku, slamming his fist into a Haku who was on the ground, over and over again. Blood was now in Naruto's hands, as Haku had been coughing it up. Naruto would then pull away his hand, as a yellow bright light would engulf his palm. I'm gonna blow you apart to oblivion, and when you die in hell, I hope that you regret everything you ever did. Naruto would then stand to his feet, as he would lift up Haku, throwing her into the air as far as he could. Now! Ka! May! May! Ha! Naruto would yell this as he used a full power Kamehameha wave on Haku. But Haku lived through this attack. With that, Naruto was even more angry. This time he would use a one-handed Kamehameha. You see, his attack missed by only an inch of Haku. With that being said, he would do the exact same thing, throwing Haku up into the air, as he would then prepare a one-handed Kamehameha. May! It's over for you, Haku. You'll never kill another person. Naruto would start to shed even more tears, as he would be stopped by someone, a boy, with black hair, a blue shirt, and on the back of that shirt, funny enough, was the Uchiha emblem. Naruto, don't do this. Huh? Naruto looked behind him. It was Sasuke. I probably shouldn't be standing right now. Every inch of my body feels like it's about to tear apart and burst like a giant balloon. But I'm telling you this as a friend, Naruto. Don't do this. Because if you kill Haku, then you'll be no better than him, right? It's true what they say. that you shouldn't, that, it doesn't matter. Just don't do this, Naruto. Please. Sasuke. Okay. I won't do it. The Kamehameha on Naruto's hand would then start to fade into nothingness, as Naruto would disappear and reappear, with Haku now in his arms. He looked down on Haku's beaten body. As Haku would open his eyes, looking into Naruto's eyes. Naruto, I'm sorry for what I did to your friend. When I originally hit him with the sunbot, I didn't mean to kill him. I'm so sorry. Haku, don't apologize, you didn't kill him. But you did because yourself hurt, I guess. So how can I be mad at you still? It's not your fault that any of this happened. Alright? I'm gonna put you down now. And, I guess I'm sorry about all that pain I gave you. It's okay, Naruto. It was deserved. I hurt your best friend. Hey! Me and Sasuke aren't best friends. What the hell? No. Naruto, do you have any other friends? Well, not really, but Sasuke's not my best friend. No. Trust me. People only fight like that for those they love. Either you guys are, I don't know, boyfriend and boyfriend, or Sasuke's your best friend. My best friend. Sure. Sasuke's my best friend. Sasuke at this point was unconscious once more, so Naruto felt no shame in saying it. With that being said, Sasuke overheard every word that Naruto said. Naruto was a loudmouth. With that being said, he smiled as he drifted off to sleep once more. With that being said, Naruto would then watch as Haku sacrificed himself for Zabuza. And the events of the canon would unfold like how they did in the original timeline. You know, Naruto's whole speech to Zabuza, etc., etc. Though it should be noted that Naruto cried while he said these things, because Zabuza meant even more, or rather Haku, my apologies, meant even more to him than in the original canon. So, I guess you couldn't really blame him. With that being said, Naruto now looked down on Zabuza. Not physically, like Zabuza was on the ground, but he looked down on him mentally. As he no longer looked down on him at this point, Haku now stood as Gato's army gathered. Gato's army of bandits. As Naruto then started to cry. Zabuza, but there's a problem. I don't want to keep living. Because if I become stronger, does that mean I'll become as cold-hearted as you are? Haku threw his life away, and for what? For you and your dream? What of it? I have no words for you. None at all. So just die already, Zabuza! Hey, Naruto, calm down. Kakashi would tell Naruto to calm down. As Naruto continued, You piece of... I hate you! You used Haku like a pawn! Naruto felt a sharp pain in his side as he fell to his knees, tears flowing from his eye sockets. You used Haku like a pawn, and for what? To achieve your stupid little dream? That's all Haku's life meant, didn't it? To achieve some stupid dream, you were willing to let Haku die for nothing, so that you could survive. Zabuza. Naruto would then fall to the ground, passing out from exhaustion. It would be here that Zabuza would take every bandit out, including Gato. Kakashi would then give Zabuza and Haku a proper burial together, as he would then plant Zabuza's blade, the executioner's blade, into the soil in between both Haku and Zabuza's graves. Excuse me. With that being said, Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, and Kakashi would then return back to the Hidden Leaf Village. It would be here that Naruto would immediately fall asleep once more. He was still exhausted from, well, this sounds so weird, but Naruto was exhausted from using Super Saiyan. With that being said, Naruto would then wake up as he had a knock at his door. Kakashi was telling Naruto that the Chunin exams would begin in about 3 weeks' time, so he should prepare and train. Naruto would nod, closing the door on Kakashi, as Kakashi would knock once more. Hey, I wasn't finished yet. I was wondering, if you wanted to train Sasuke. Huh? What do you mean, Kakashi? Well, I was curious. Do you want to train him? Training my own teammate? No, just sparring with him, like, every day, and getting stronger with him. How does that sound, Naruto? I don't know. Ask me in the morning. So, tomorrow. I've been sleeping that long? Sure. When? Right now. But I'm positive that you're definitely not going to be able to get out of the house right now. With that, Naruto saw this as a competition, as he would get dressed and get out of the house. With that being said, he would go with Kakashi to a training ground where he would spar with Sasuke. Sasuke and Naruto would spar each and every day, as on the side, Naruto would learn the Rasengan, or rather start learning the Rasengan, as well as summoning jutsu with Jiraiya. And Kakashi would start training Sasuke on how to wield the Chidori. With that being said, Naruto and Sasuke now had 2 weeks until the Chunin exams. At this point, Naruto's mastered the summoning jutsu and is on his way to mastering their Rasengan. With that being said, he has the Rasengan mastered already. He mastered it in actually 1 day, exactly. Meaning that he's the fastest person to master the Rasengan, and he did it faster than he did in the canon. With that being said, at this point, by master, I mean just enlarge his Rasengan to, say, make a giant Rasengan instead of just a normal Rasengan. He also thought about trying to add ki to the Rasengan, which resulted into a throwable Rasengan for Naruto. With that being said, Naruto quite liked this throwable Rasengan, as it vanished into the wind, similar to Boruto's Rasengan from Boruto. With that being said, Naruto was amused with his future training, and so was Sasuke. Sasuke grew so much stronger than he was before, and he was very impressed with his own strength and how strong Naruto was. With that being said, 1 week prior to the Chunin exams, Sakura trains with Ebisu Sensei, who has a lot of time on his hands at this moment in time, where she learns how to properly use taijutsu. With that being said, this would come in handy later, and we will get to that later. Now on to the Chunin exams. So for the Chunin exams, Naruto gets the same score that he did in canon, and so does everybody else. With that being said, as far as the Forest of Death goes, everything goes smoothly until they reach Orochimaru. Halfway through the forest, Naruto senses somebody's chakra, as he would then jump into the air, flying over them. This is what if Naruto had Goku's powers, so Naruto can fly. With that being said, he would fly close enough to the chakra to where it felt as if it was right beside him. And he would send a ki blast in the direction of the chakra. Why? Well, first of all, his team needed a scroll, and second of all, Naruto felt an ominous chakra, a menacing one even, an evil one, a despicable one, a monstrous one. And he'd rather be safe than sorry. With that being said, destroying an abundance of trees, it would reveal Orochimaru. Orochimaru now stood in front of Naruto on a tree branch. I should be applauding you. I didn't have to come to the fox. He came to me. Now, boy, do you have any idea where Sasuke might be? Sasuke? Who's that? Don't lie to me. I know he was traveling with you. In the forest of death. What? What the hell are you talking about, man? Ah, I see. So we're playing dumb now, are we? Sasuke Uchiha, where is he? Orochimaru now stood behind Naruto, with a kunai to his throat. Sasuke, so you do know Sasuke, and you do know where he is. Perfect. Take me to him. Naruto would then start preparing a ki blast, and due to the fact that ki blast cannot be detected by normal people since it's not necessarily chakra, Orochimaru would not sense this ki blast coming. As Naruto would slam the ki blast into Orochimaru's stomach, sending him flying through dozens of trees. With that, Naruto would jump, flying once more to Sasuke and Sakura. He would then take them far above the forest of death as they looked on. Dozens and dozens of trees would start to fall as it seemed as Orochimaru was looking for Naruto. With that being said, Naruto would tell Sasuke and Sakura that he'll be back in just a moment. But that he has to deal with Orochimaru, you could say. With that being said, he would rush down to Orochimaru as he would slam his fists right into Orochimaru. The force of him coming down at such a speed was enough to send Orochimaru into a crater into the ground. With that being said, Orochimaru now lied similarly to the fetal position as he was in severe pain. Naruto then landed down to the ground. I've had enough of your sick games. I'm not going to have it anymore. You're gonna die here, whoever you are. So you're just going to kill me like that? Huh. I see. Well, this won't be your first kill, would it? No, then just kill, snake guy. You know that. I was just trying to guilt trip you into not killing me. But if you'll be doing it anyway, then I have a proposition. Get me Sasuke, and this village will not lose a single person. Huh? What do you mean? My village is set to attack. Set to attack? How so? To attack the Leaf Village with the help of the Sand Village. We will crush Konoha. And if I die, I will ensure that... What have you done? You will ensure what? Naruto's hand was now physically inside of Orochimaru's chest, as his hands would slowly grab onto Orochimaru's heart. His beating heart, Naruto felt a rush. A battle rush, you could even say. Don't do this. I'm sorry. Orochimaru. That's who you are, isn't it? How'd you know? I've been a lot of places. Land of Tea, the village hidden by a waterfall. You get the point. I heard about someone known as the Snake Sun in Orochimaru. A few bandits ran scared saying your name over and over again as if they were traumatized by you. I get it. You're so ugly, I'd be traumatized too. You ugly piece of dog hair. And this, I guess it'd be snake hair, but snakes don't really have hair. Snake skin, I guess. You ugly piece of snake skin. Yeah, that sounds perfect for you. Now, enough with the smack talk. You're gonna tell me exactly what you mean, Orochimaru. It was a joke. I was threatening you with fake hostages. But the Sand and Sound villages will attack the Leaf Village. And they will kill. They will bring Konoha down. No, actually, Orochimaru, I will bring you down. Naruto would start to pull Orochimaru's heart out of his body, as for some reason he couldn't. So, it was as if, to him, it was saying, I guess you could say fate was telling him not to do this. As instead, he would take Orochimaru as a prisoner out of the forest of death with his comrades, Sasuke and Sakura. He would leave with all of the scrolls, heaven scrolls, etc. With that being said, upon leaving, he would speak to Hiruzen about it, giving Orochimaru over to Lord Third. With that being said, he would leave the room, as he would hear a conversation ensue between Orochimaru and Hiruzen. But he could care less, as he would leave. With that being said, as for the actual Chunin exams now. So the preliminaries. The preliminaries all go nearly the exact same for the most part, besides the fact that Naruto easily beats his opponent, as well as Sasuke much easier, and Sakura. So throughout the whole fight, it was nearly an even clash. But eventually, Ino would start to get tired, and due to the fact that she didn't train in the physical compartment of her training, Sakura had a lot more stamina than her. She was training with a basically training specialist, Ebisu. So she had a lot of stamina. With that being said, she would then beat Ino in this preliminary exams, as all of Team 7 would win their matches. With that being said, it should be noted that the Chunin exams are going to go a little bit differently. So, in the actual Chunin exams, Naruto wins every single fight, no problem. Obviously, this is Naruto we're talking about. But we are going to focus on Naruto versus Neji. With that being said, Naruto would stare down Neji as Neji talked a big game, in his opinion. Neji would continue to spout out all of this crap about destiny, and you get the point. The stuff that he said to Naruto in the original timeline. Naruto would start to get angered by this. You could even say offended. It was annoying hearing Neji go on and on about destiny. Something is because destiny didn't matter to Naruto. He thought that with your own hands, you can change your fate. If Naruto was meant to be a beast, then he changed his fate the moment that he decided to be a good person. The moment that he decided to live a normal human life. With that being said, Naruto would start to fight Neji, as Neji's rotation made it very hard for Naruto to get anywhere near Neji at this point. Naruto would then, I guess you could say, bombard Neji. At this point, Naruto does know the multi-shadow clone jutsu, as he would use the multi-shadow clone jutsu in tandem with his ki blast, sending a barrage and flurries of ki blast towards Neji, all the while using the instant transmission over and over again, which caused Orochimaru to not know where Naruto would be at any given moment. Naruto would then combine this with his clones, creating 10 more clones which would all surround Neji. They would all fly in a circle around Neji, as Neji would continuously use rotation. But every single time that Naruto was beaten by Neji's rotation, he would just create another 10 clones, which would continue to surround Neji and sometimes attack him. With that being said, Naruto would then rush in the opening after Neji, used his next rotation, slamming Neji into the Chunin exam wall. Everybody would gasp in awe. What had just happened? Neji now appeared to be a mere crater in the wall of the Chunin exams, as Naruto stood alone, with blood on his hands. He then looked into the air and raised his hand, rather his whole arm. I win. How's that sound for destiny, Neji? Neji Hyuga. You can change your destiny with your own hands. Don't ever deny someone that, and don't ever deny that yourself. Naruto would then walk out of the Chunin exam arena. Or rather, the Chunin exam battle arena. He was still in the stands. With that being said, Orochimaru never attacks Hiruzen, meaning when the sand decides to attack, the Sandan sound, technically speaking, Hiruzen is there helping out the village. Meaning that the casualty count is severely low. Numbering like 4 or 5 ninja that were killed in this whole invasion. With the Sand and Sound villages losing nearly all of their members. With that being said, I did skim over Sasuke and Gaara and their fight. If any of you did realize that. This is just due to the fact that Sasuke's Chidori sends Gaara into an unconscious state. With that being said, Naruto could sense that Gaara was the Jinchuriki of the One-Tails, as he would immediately grab Gaara as the sand invasion kicked to start. With that being said, he would grab Gaara, taking Gaara far out of the village. With that being said, Gaara now lied unconscious in front of Naruto, as his wound would start to close. This was due to Gaara being a Jinchuriki, of course. Naruto then watched as Gaara's eyes would start to open. As Naruto looked down on Gaara, Gaara would immediately get up, punching Naruto, as Naruto would disappear and reappear using the instant transmission, kicking Gaara to the ground and sending a ki blast right into his back. This immobilized Gaara and stunned him, as Naruto would continue to rain ki blast down on Gaara's now lying down on the ground body. With that being said, he would jump down to the ground, as he would begin a conversation with Gaara. Gaara, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I am the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, the strongest of the Jinchurikis. Well, in theory, my tail beast is the strongest. I'm not necessarily the strongest yet. But one day I will be. I'm sure of it. Certain, even. Now listen, Gaara. I felt it. Not your chakra. Your chakra, it's warm. But the beast within you, the Shukaku, I think is what they call him. Right? What about it? It means that your tail beast is eating away at you. Chipping away at your humanity. You're just gonna be okay with that? Humanity. I don't give a damn about humanity. Then give a damn about this. Naruto would grab a kunai from his pocket, stabbing it into Gaara's hand. Why did you do that? Because I'm teaching you a lesson, Gaara Kazekage. Naruto would then grab another kunai, stabbing it into his own hand. Now look. I'm willing to spill just as much blood as you spill. So we're gonna make a deal here. If you can survive every attack I give you, every cut, every hit, then I will inflict the same amount of damage on myself. We clear? Are we clear, Gaara? Answer me now, you murderer! Yeah, we're clear. If you have a death wish. Well, let's test this death wish then, Gaara. With that being said, if Naruto would continue to stab Gaara, and then immediately afterwards he would stab himself. With that, he would then carve a scar from going down from his neck to his stomach. After he did this to Gaara, who would tap out from this, telling Naruto that he can't take any more. With that being said, Naruto would smirk. That's what I thought. Nine-Tails chakra would then start to seep out of Naruto's body as his wounds would start to heal. The Nine-Tails chakra is something that he did work on periodically with Kakashi and he does know how to control one to two tails of the nine tails chakra, meaning that he can regenerate with the help of the nine tails chakra. With that being said, Naruto was, well, suffice to say, kind of happy as he looked down on Gaara once more. Gaara, change. Power can be achieved by good people as well. Put those deeds behind you. Naruto would continue to go on until Gaara was finally convinced. Kankuro and Temari would find Gaara, as Gaara would be lifted up by them. They would apologize for Gaara's actions, as Naruto would tell them not to apologize. Gaara would start to speak. Temari, Kankuro, listen to me carefully. I'll say it again if you don't hear me, but, just listen to me the first time, please. I don't want to repeat this. I'm sorry for being a bad younger brother. Gaara! Both Temari and Kankuro were surprised at what Gaara just said. Oh, Naruto. Thank you. Thank you for changing how I see this world. Thank you so much. Yeah, don't sweat it, Gaara. It's the least I could do, right? No, Naruto. The least you could do is beating me in a fight. You completely changed how I view things now. And I will forever be thankful for that, Naruto. So thank you. Thank you so much. No problem, Gaara. Anytime. Alright. Sister, brother. Can we go home, please? Yeah, Gaara, we can go home. Kankuro and Temari would then take Gaara home to the Sand Village, as Naruto would be left in the leaf. With that being said, Naruto would then, I guess you could say, just sit there, contemplating a lot of things, as eventually Naruto would enter a pond, and as he came out, a time skip has now occurred. With that being said, the time skip is 4 years. So, everything in the canon is basically changed. After the Chunin exams, nothing important really happens. The whole save Sasuke thing never occurs. So, the Sasuke retrieval arc never happens in the first place. Retrieving Tsunade also never happens because Hiruzen never dies. With that being said, Naruto at this point is a lot stronger. He knows how to use Super Saiyan properly now, and can, well, he's really just a beast. In his own right, of course. With that being said, Naruto would be peacefully, I guess you could say, looking at a dim-lit sky, a full moon, you could say. As suddenly, something kicked in. His teeth would start to enlarge and his shape would start to grow. He grew in size by nearly 10-fold, if not even 100. His size grew to be a great ape. Naruto was now a great ape. And he rampaged the village, destroying every home, every villa, every piece of the village was destroyed by Naruto. And he wouldn't stop here. It was as if something took him over. He couldn't control himself, and he grew stronger and stronger. He then turned into a Super Saiyan Great Ape, as his rampage continued onto the sand, mist, cloud, and even the stone village. It was over for humanity as they knew it. As the night continued, Naruto grew stronger and stronger, as he destroyed everything in his wake. And in the end, he killed everyone that meant something to him. And now, quite literally in the middle of the ninja world, he was alone. His Grade 8 transformation now ceased. And he woke up to a bloodbath surrounding him. alone in the middle of nowhere. And with that being said, this is the end to what if Naruto had Goku's powers. So I could have expanded this what if a lot more. I could have went on for hours and hours about what if Naruto had Goku's power. But for time constraint reasons, I did have to cut this a little bit short. It just came to me. I wanted that ending. I wanted a ending of just mass destruction. A scenario where Naruto transforms into a Super Saiyan Grade 8 and destroys everything that he cares for, loves, and cherishes. That would be magnificent, marvelous, and beautiful. Of course, all the killing, that, I don't know, you know how that is. But besides that, this was a really good what if to create. It was really fun to make, in my opinion. And, I definitely loved it, per se. So, with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. It took a lot of time to prepare. You can just skip this video. I'm just gonna keep going on, I guess you could say. I loved it. It was a great series to make. And it's a series that I've actually been planning on making for quite a long time now. For instance, just so you guys have a good idea, I've had this thumbnail for like probably about a year now. Like, genuinely. Which is low-key insane. But, this isn't what if Naruto had Goku's powers. The movie, this thing should be around 2 hours long. But with that being said, I just hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. It was really fun to make. And this is probably the most fun I've had making a what if in like a really, really long time. I do have a really good what if coming out soon. Not anytime soon, actually. I shouldn't hype you guys up for that. It should be coming out around December, actually. It depends. I think I want to release it around Christmas break. I feel like that'd just be like amazing if I can get it to release around then. But so I'm just going on about my life right now, and what I have planned with what if, so you can just click off the video right now, but this is just what I want to talk about to you guys right now, since I do have your attention, if I do have your attention. So, yeah, as far as the channel goes currently, at this current recording time, so this is not when the video will be put up. The video very well might be put up, like, I don't know, like 10 days after this is recorded. But it really just depends on a whole lot of things, as all of you know. That's just how it goes. But in this current time, it is Friday, September 10th, 1:16, where I live. So it just turned to a new day. What? Diet. I meant day. Where I live. So like an hour and 16 minutes ago, it became Friday, September 10th. So, yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. But with that being said, I'm going to keep going on. The rest of this, like, 8 minutes of this video is just going to be me talking about the future of this channel. I would make this into an announcement, but this isn't really necessarily set in stone. This is just what I have a vision for my channel, and the rest, and, like, how it's going to continue pushing forward. So, yeah, you can click off the video if you want, but I'm just going to babble on about, like, how I'm going to continue to push off the channel. Yeah. So, discussion videos. I want to continue making discussion videos, but I'm kind of at a crossroads here. Actually, anyways, it's ironic that I chose the word crossroads. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. With that being said, as far as discussion videos go, I want to kind of expand it with discussion videos and into other series. But I don't know how that will work on my channel, which is predominantly Naruto, if really Naruto. So, what I'm probably going to try and do is start incorporating Dragon Ball X Naruto what ifs. Not fully. This is probably going to be the only other Dragon Ball X Naruto what if I make, as I have made what if Naruto had the Kaioken. I might make a few down the line, but this is just so that I can start uploading discussion videos and have a audience for that kind of videos that include Dragon Ball content, you know, because those videos do need to get watched, and those videos do, you know, they help me make these videos, these long videos that take hours and hours to record. So, yeah, like, everything on this channel has a purpose, man. And sometimes I will make, what ifs where they are part by part. What I mean by that is, like, 1 hour parts or 30-minute parts. It really just depends. I haven't really experimented with the 30-minute kind of part, 20-minute kind of part in probably about a year now, 8 months, give or take, something like that. Or like 4 months, an insane number, since July 13th, I don't think. No, let me check. July 13th was the last time I made a parted series, which was What If Naruto was Itachi's disciple. But besides that, I haven't really done any real, like, part videos. All of the rest have been movies. What if Naruto left to leave the movie? What if Naruto had 9 lives? Part 1 through 3. So that, yeah. What if Naruto was the reincarnation of evil? What if Naruto was exiled? And a video that's uploading right now, which most of you won't know, because again, I'm just going on. What if Naruto was raised by the Raikage, the movie, which will be out hopefully before September 12th, because I don't want to not upload for a long period of time. I'm trying to get this video out actually today, hopefully. But not like while I'm sleeping or anything like that, because like I want to be up when this video uploads, and I want people to kind of like be able to see it, you know? But it might just go the route of me sleeping through the videos, through the upload. But it really just depends on a whole lot of things, you know? Yeah, this is, good. So, what if Naruto had all dojutsu? That is the most popular video on my channel, as most of you may know. I'm actually planning on making a complete timeline. So, in the history of my channel, quick history lesson, guys, of Rami X. So, my first what if was what if Naruto, was adopted by Kakashi. I think I'm actually gonna recreate that what if completely as a, what if movie for my 25K special, just because I was supposed to do it for 10K, but I never could get to it. I flashed past 10K way too quickly at the time. I just didn't have the time to put my resources at that moment into a video like my original what if Naruto was adopted by Kakashi, and I wanted it to be special, and I wanted to take my time with a video like that, because that video is like my baby, you know? But my other baby, I got twins, you know how it be. No, I'm just kidding. But, like, not a serious note, like, this is my other baby. What if Naruto had all dojutsu, right? So, some of you are probably thinking, yeah, you made that series, like, 8 months ago, like, you know, the What If movie. Obviously, it's a pretty old series. No. That series was made, a very, 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 long time ago. Basically, what I mean, it was made, if I were to wager an educated guess, probably about 2 years ago. But while I'm saying this right now, I'll actually, find you guys the exact time while I continue to talk to you. So, there were 3 parts of this what if, right? Or I should say 3 timelines. So the original timeline, which is technically speaking, in my mind, known as the beta timeline of the what if, right? So the beta timeline of what if Naruto had all dojutsu. The second one was one that I made probably about a year, a good year now, which was again a very old series. And it only got 3 parts to date, or 4, 3 or 4, yeah. And then I created, and that's basically known as the breaker timeline. It's in between the beta timeline and what is known as the alpha timeline. The alpha timeline is the What If Naruto had all dojutsu, the movie that's currently out right now. But it should be noted that What If Naruto had every dojutsu / all dojutsu was the original name to the series. But anyways, it was created, I'll actually get you guys, I'll fetch you guys an actual exact date for this, for any of those curious. November 29th, 2019, that's nearly 2 years ago from this moment, and, I'm gonna play a quick, clip of it. It's not gonna take that much time at all.
When my opponent is so eager to get stronger, when my opponent...
No, I gotta start it off. You guys...
It kind of weakens the fun.
Okay, listen.
Now,
you can hear that in the background?
I did think about this.
Whoa. What the hell? Oh, my bad. That's the other video of mine playing. That was an accident. Anyways, you should be able to hear the What If Naruto had every dojutsu right about now. Oh, it's on mute, my bad.
Gon, Sharingan, Kitsuryagan, Tenseigan,
That's me.
Rinnegan, Rennie Sharingan, and in himself.
That's not edited. This is
He was feared in his village and entered into the academy.
This is November 29th, guys, 2019.
He has a rival.
But yeah, that series is literally